G'day, g'day, g'day. I'm John MacKay and welcome to our new Evidence Web Museum on this rather dull and rainy day. What you're about to see will amaze you. I mean, have a look at this. Did you know that sharks used to have teeth that big? In fact, we know what sort of fossil shark this came from because present-day great white pointers are still here. They used to be monsters up to 20 metres long. Now they're midgets. Only 6 metres long, but that's big enough for me as an Australian, but it's the opposite of evolution. Now that's amazing. It's solid opal, but it's also a mussel shell, a fossil one. Well, we know it's a mussel shell because the present-day mussels look exactly the same as the fossil ones. Now, we know also that it was buried alive. Do you see that both of the halves are present? When these things are alive and they die, they open up. This was buried alive, catastrophically. What you're about to see on the Web Museum is the fantastic evidence for creation, for Noah's flood and catastrophic deposits, and for the Tower of Babel and much more besides. Now why don't you come and join me over in our rainforest. Now along the edge of our rainforest we've planted all these cordylines. All sorts of different coloured leaves. They're magnificent. Now there's 14 different varieties of these and you can crossbreed them as much as you like. But if you start with cordylines, you end with cordylines. They produce their own kind, just like the biblical account of creation says God meant them to do. Now have a look at this. Charles Darwin spent half his life trying to explain which came first, the orchids or the brilliant insects that pollinate them, and he never solved the problem. What you're about to see on the evidence web is examples of God's unbelievably intelligent engineering design. And don't forget, if you want the latest facts on creation, go through the fact file door. We're here in our preparation room where all good rocks go to get prepared for our Evidence Web Museum. Let's just take a crack at this one. Get the old geological equipment here, a good little steel chisel, hit it along the seam there. And look, you are the first people since God to see these fossils. Now that's a catastrophic flood deposit. Look how crisp the edges are. Any detective would tell you that that didn't take long to get buried. The bugs haven't had a chance to eat the edges. Entrance to the Web Museum Stage 1 is free. Now why? Well, there are some good creation museums around, but if you're a student, you can't even afford to get to them. The Web Museum is as close as a click. And of course, if you're wondering how we can keep it free, why don't you visit our donation support door? You might want to help. Or better still, you might want to visit our fossil shop. You mightn't be able to afford the original one, but these scientific replicas of the giant shark's teeth are fabulous. Well, perhaps it's gemstones that you're interested in, and I bought one here. Do you like amethyst? Did you know its name comes from a word that means to get drunk, as in metho? Or better still, why don't you join us as we collect some dinosaur remains, a piece of petrified poo. Tells us all of what the dinosaurs ate. Just pick them up on the web shop on this museum site. Until next time, goodbye, enjoy the Web Museum, and remember, it's as close as a click.